These are the Sunday recommendations for my free email list for August the 23rd, 2020. The blog post this week is the last in the series of pictures of Brookgreen Gardens in June, and next week we'll move on to something else as yet undecided. Second recommendation, the Palatine Chapel in Aachen, Germany. This building stuck in my mind after I first read Jansen's History of Art, the third edition, largely because the Palatine Chapel was the first monumental building constructed in Northern Europe after the Dark Ages. The symmetrical layout, the dome, the glittering mosaics, how fabulous they look after the small, irregular buildings that were the best Europeans could manage in the Dark Ages, the centuries immediately following the fall of Rome, about 475 to 800. This chapel's existence reminds me that humans are resilient and that occasionally a human will have an outburst of genius. I also have a soft spot for the Emperor Charlemagne, who commissioned this building because he also encouraged his subjects to seek out ancient Roman manuscripts and to preserve them by making copies. For this purpose he sponsored the design of a new script that was far more legible than the cursive scripts that had been in use in the Dark Ages. By the early Renaissance, around 1400, Carolingian Script, that's named after Charlemagne, the Latin version, Carolingian Script was so closely related to Roman literature in the minds of the Italian humanists that they assumed it was authentic Roman writing and based their humanistic scripts on it. Hence we call the printed type that you're looking at, which is based on the Italian humanists' version of Charlemagne's script, we call it Roman, although the ancient Romans never used it. Third recommendation, Robert Browning, My Last Duchess, published in 1842. I'm fond of poems that tell a story, especially when there's a twist at the end. Browning's narrator is probably based on Alfonso d'Este, the 5th Duke of Ferrara, who in 1554 married 14-year-old Lucrezia di Cosimo de' Medici, daughter of the enormously wealthy Cosimo de' Medici the First. I think it's Cosimo. Well, he was the first Grand Duke of Tuscany, but he was a mere nouveau riche compared to the Duke of Ferrara. Lucrezia, abandoned by her husband for 2 years, died at age 17, either from tuberculosis or poison. I am not going to read this poem to you because there is a really excellent reading of it that you can get to on the Poetry Foundation site by means of the link in the email. He does it so much better. The fourth recommendation this week is a sculpture by a 19th century French artist, and this is one of the periods when they just do amazing and it's normal. DianeDuranteyWriter.com has hundreds of posts on sculpture, painting, and my many other obsessions. To join the free Sunday recommendations email list, visit the URL that's on the screen or email me. And you can say, "Well done, Diane," or support my work and receive rewards by means of the tip jar on DianeDuranteyWriter.com. Thanks as always for listening.